We need to transform most foodstuffs in order to eat them, but also to preserve them. The first question to ask is, why do humans want to preserve their food? Certain foodstuffs keep for a long time. Consequently, this is a way of preventing food shortages. Others perish easily. They need to be preserved, if only to be able to transport them from producer to consumer. Consequently, humans invented techniques to preserve food, to slow down the process of food decomposition. In order to understand how these techniques work, you need to understand what causes natural decomposition of food. The main cause is the presence of microorganisms. Let's start by describing what microorganisms are. They're living organisms which come in many shapes and sizes. For example, there are bacteria, yeasts, and even molds. They are invisible to the naked eye, yet they are numerous and can colonize all environments. The question is, are they harmful, or rather, are they useful? We can answer, that depends on the microorganism. Most of them are harmless. Some can make us ill, whilst others can in fact improve food. The next question is, how do microorganisms multiply? There are several parameters to be taken into account. First of all, temperature. High temperatures destroy microorganisms. Cold generally stops them from growing, whereas moderate temperatures speed up their growth. The multiplication of microorganisms also depends on water available. Water is the main constituent of living beings. Foodstuffs containing lots of water are the most sensitive. It's said that water present in a foodstuff is available to a greater or lesser extent if it is linked to other molecules or not. The more water in a foodstuff is available, the more this helps development of microorganisms. Here are some examples. Water is very available in milk and raw meat. On the other hand, there's little water available in spices and dried fruit. Another parameter concerning the multiplication of microorganisms: the amount of oxygen available. Most germs need oxygen to breathe. If the amount of oxygen is reduced, their growth is slowed down. However, you need to watch out for anaerobic germs, which do not need oxygen to grow. Finally, the acidity of surroundings has an impact on microorganisms. In an acidic environment, or one where alcohol or preserving agents are present, microorganisms stop multiplying or are destroyed. To summarize, temperature, water, oxygen, and acidity have an important role to play in the development of microorganisms. Different preservation techniques take into account these parameters to destroy germs, or at least to prevent them from developing. Nonetheless, remember that there are simple ways of preventing food contamination, like washing your hands before using food or utensils, storing food at the right temperature, or cooking and reheating food at the appropriate temperature.